adopted a child, but recently discovered that their biological parents were notorious criminals. I never thought I'd find myself in this situation. It all started 5 years ago when I adopted Emily, a beautiful, bright-eyed little girl who had been in foster care for too long. At the time, I was in my early 30s, single, and finally in a place where I could offer a loving home to a child. I had always wanted to adopt, and after the heartbreaking loss of my own mother to cancer, I decided that there was no time like the present. I was ready to give a child a chance at the life I had been fortunate enough to have. I remember the day we met. Emily was 8 years old, though she looked younger due to her petite frame. She had this cautious but curious look in her eyes as she slowly walked toward me, clutching a stuffed bunny close to her chest. It was like she was trying to decide whether she could trust me. I immediately knew she was the one. Her smile, though shy and reserved, melted my heart. I promised her then that I would protect her, love her, and give her a home where she would always feel safe. The first few months were tough. Emily had been through more trauma than I could have imagined. She was withdrawn, often flinching when anyone raised their voice, and it took a long time for her to open up. But we built trust little by little. I attended therapy sessions with her, took things at her pace, and gradually I saw the walls around her heart come down. She was becoming the daughter I always dreamed of. But everything changed recently. It was an ordinary Thursday evening when I received a call from an old friend, Mark. He and I had been close since childhood, and though we'd drifted apart over the years, we still kept in touch. He had been working as an investigative journalist for the last decade, and I always admired his work. However, I never expected the call I got from him that night. "Hey, I'm sorry to bother you," he began, his voice unusually tense. "But I need to talk to you about something important. It's about Emily." My heart dropped. "What's going on, Mark? Is she okay?" "She's fine, physically, but I found something that I think you need to know. You might want to sit down." At this point, my mind was racing, trying to figure out what could possibly be so serious. "Mark, just tell me." "There's something about Emily's biological parents, something you should have known before you adopted her. They were involved in some pretty dangerous stuff. I'm talking about serious criminal activity, organized crime. Her biological father was part of a notorious gang. He's been on the FBI's most wanted list for years." I was silent for a moment, trying to process what he was saying. This couldn't be true. I had never seen anything about Emily's past. I can't tell the whole story here. Go to the channel to continue listening to the story, link below.